I made this UGC video right here using AI, and if I showed it to most people, they wouldn't even realize that it wasn't filmed by a real creator. The crazy part is none of this required a camera, a creator, or even sending out a product to anyone. It's entirely AI. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you step by step exactly how you can replicate my process using a bunch of simple steps that is going to allow you to create some insanely realistic UGC videos using entirely AI, and not the type of AI that looks fake. I'm talking content that actually blends into Facebook feeds, Instagram feeds, For You pages, and converts. And also, I'm going to be showing you how to avoid the biggest mistakes that beginners make when they try to create longer AI videos, which is consistency. Because this is where most AI videos completely fall apart and instantly look fake. And the best part of this entire workflow is that once you understand it, you're going to be able to start making content just like this for your own brand without risking sending tons of samples out to a bunch of creators that end up ghosting you or giving you awful content that doesn't provide any return whatsoever. But before we dive in, if you've not come across me before, I'm Janson and I run Honest Brands, which is a community for people that are looking to build and scale e-commerce brands using AI, TikTok Shop, Shopify, Amazon, you name it. So if you want help getting started or scaling properly, check out the link to Honest Brands in the description below. Right, quickly before we get into the steps, let's just cover what UGC actually is. So it stands for user generated content, and it's basically content that looks like it was made by a normal person, not by a brand running an ad. So think someone filming themselves in the mirror or talking to their phone whilst they're filming in their bedroom, someone walking outside talking about a product, and so on and so on. That is the type of content that is performing right now. Not polished ads, not studio content, just real raw looking videos. And now with AI, you can generate that type of content and add it to your strategy. So you don't need to be entirely reliant on other people who may end up letting you down. Now, this AI UGC content has been around for a while now, but the big issue is that it generally looks quite terrible. It's too clean, it's too perfect, too robotic. So what I'm going to be showing you in this video is how to actually make it look real. So let's now dive into the process where I'm going to be breaking it down step by step. All right, so step one, this is where you need to think of your opening scene where your influencer, your UGC person is basically going to be filming on their phone, talking about your brand or your product. Now, this is where a lot of people mess up. They just go straight into generating something random without putting any thought into it. But you need to remember your opening scene is everything, because this is what makes the video feel real or feel fake. And it's what hooks the viewer into stopping and actually watching the content. So what you want to think about is, if I saw this on TikTok or my Facebook feed, would I start watching and actually believe what I was seeing? So instead of thinking like a brand owner or a marketer, you need to think like a creator. For example, some scenes that you could think of are someone walking down the street, talking to their phone, someone putting their phone down, stepping back and then talking, or a mirror selfie style clip, or someone just sitting on their bed casually talking. Just think not polished whatsoever. So for my example, I decided that I wanted my opening scene to be a girl that had just finished a run and she just decided to whip out her phone and basically do a mini review. That type of opening scene is going to come across really authentic and it won't appear to anybody that it's really an ad. Now, one extra tip from me before you plan your opening scene is think about your audience, your customer. If your product is for women in their 20s, then your creator, your UGC creator, should reflect that too. And that part is going to set the tone for the entire video. Now, once you've got your opening scene in mind, then what you're going to be doing is using ChatGPT to help you build a prompt for either Sora, Dance, or a similar video tool. This is a part that you do not want to skip. It's really important that you get ChatGPT to help you with your prompt. Otherwise, it's not going to have anywhere near the level of detail that it needs to have, and the scene's just not going to look real whatsoever. This is where so many people trip up. They waste credits, they get bad results, and they just decide that AI content doesn't work. So instead, what I recommend doing is using my master prompt here, which I'll leave in the description, and paste it it into ChatGPT. This master prompt is designed to take your rough idea and turn it into a properly structured video prompt that tools like Sora or Dance can actually understand and then give you a really good result. So what you'll do is paste in the master prompt, and then you'll give ChatGPT your desired input. So the type of scene that you want, the environment that you want the person filming in, who the person is, what they're doing, what they're saying, and so on and so on. And if you really don't have any idea, the prompt that I'm giving you has got examples in it. You can just ask ChatGPT to basically take some inspiration on your behalf. I did exactly that, and this is the result that I got, and you can see that it's way better than anything I'd have ever been able to write myself. Now, one thing that you must always do here is actually read through the output that you're given, because sometimes ChatGPT just likes to hallucinate and add in details that don't really match with what you want. So if it does end up doing that, just tweak it slightly if needed. Given you know your product better than anybody else, even AI, hopefully, you should also tell ChatGPT what you want your influencer to say. Now, this opening clip is going to be about 15 seconds in length, so it should only be 2 or 3 sentences. If you're really struggling on this part and you look for inspiration on Instagram or Calidata or wherever, and you can't really think of what you want your person to say, then just ask ChatGPT to help you, but make sure that it actually understands what your product is, who it benefits, and so on and so on. Otherwise, it will just give you a load of rubbish. Whatever the result is though, make sure you read through it and it actually sounds like what a real person would say, especially in one of these videos, so not an ad. So think things like, I just tried this and da-da-da-da-da, not introducing the best ever product, ra-da-da, because that is just going to give away that it is an ad. Once you've got your prompt from ChatGPT, my recommendation is to use Sora, not Sora 2 Pro at this stage, to quickly see whether the video output is any good. Sora 2 is cheaper than Sora 2 Pro, and it's a lot quicker, and this is a mistake that a lot of people make. They just go straight to Sora 2 Pro, which is the better tool of the two, which also costs a lot more money and also takes a lot more time to generate the clip. And what they'll find is if they skip this step, they wait 15-20 minutes, they spend a load of cash, the result's crap, and they just kind of give up and run out of credits. So before you go into your highest quality model, whether it's Sora 2 Pro or Dance or whatever, make sure you test your prompt on the faster version of whatever model it is that you're using. That's exactly what I did with this prompt. I just jumped straight into Higgsfield. I went to Sora, pasted in the result that I got from ChatGPT, and this was the result. You can see here that this is different to the example that I showed at the beginning, which is fine. Every time you put in the same prompt to a video tool, you're going to get a different result. But the point here that I was checking is, did it look believable? Was the movement natural? Was the voice the right accent? And so on and so on. So you want to be assessing those things as opposed to the actual quality of the video. If something looks weird, don't ignore it. Just go back to ChatGPT and tell it, say, fix this part of the prompt, or just manually change it. Now, sometimes you'll find that you have to do 2 or 3 iterations, but if you're using the cheaper video version of whatever tool it is that you want to use, so Sora, Dance, whatever, it shouldn't cost you too much in credits. And trust me, this step here, actually going through it, it makes a massive difference. Once you're happy with how the video looks, how it flows, that's when you can move on to generating your final version using the Pro tool of your choice. So I used Sora 2 Pro in this example. Again, pasted in the exact same prompt, made sure that I'd selected portrait format, and I'd also selected 15 seconds. Actually, the first time I did this, I accidentally left it on 12 seconds and the audio came out really rushed. So make sure you do it on 15 seconds, make sure it's the highest quality setting, and then bam, look at that. This is the output that I got, which I was really happy with. So now we've got this girl in this opening clip. That is who we are going to be building the rest of our UGC video all around. So the next step is to extract our persona, and this is one of the most important steps if you want to ensure that your video has got consistency. Once you've downloaded your clip from Sora 2 Pro or Dance, whichever tool you're using, you want to pause it where the influencer in the video is very clearly looking at the camera and you can see the details of them. And once you've done that, you want to take a screenshot of them, and that is going to become your AI persona for the rest of your video. It's really important that when you're taking your snapshot of your influencer in that opening scene, that you do it on the part where there's no blur, so they're not moving the camera, and ideally where they're looking at the camera. If you can do that, it means that the rest of your video is going to be consistent, so the influencer will look the exact same, and that's really going to help with watch time and people people actually believing that the video is real. All right, so the next step is creating your storyboard for the rest of the video. And to be honest, if you really wanted to, if you really don't have any inspirational ideas at all, you can kind of do this at the very first step instead. So what you need to do is go back to ChatGPT and ask it to now create a 30-second UGC storyboard for an AI video that you want to create. And in that, you need to tell it what your opening scene is. You need to tell it what your product is, who the product is for, the benefits, and so on. And what you need to do is ask it to give you 4 to 5 different scenes that are all around 5 seconds in length. Once it's done that and you've read through the storyboard and made sure that it actually makes sense and it's aligned with what your product can actually do, then you need to make sure that you ask ChatGPT to generate a nano banana prompt for an image reflecting the opening scene of each scene that it's just given you. Make sure you're clear in your instructions to ChatGPT that the nano banana prompt must reference the model or persona that's going to be demonstrating the product, and that is going to be attached to the nano banana prompt. Once you've got your nano banana prompts for each scene, again, just take a read through each one and make sure that each prompt always says the person in the scene must look exactly like the attached reference image. And also, if you are showing your product in each scene or whichever scene it is, you should also say the product must look exactly like the example in the second attached image. If you haven't used any of the Nano Banana tools before, don't worry, it's super easy to use. Just head to Freepik or Higgsfield or Gemini. I'm using Freepik in this example. You go to image generation, you select the Nano Banana 2 tool, you paste in your prompt from ChatGPT, you attach your images, and what I would recommend is that you change the batch size to 2, 3, or 4. That just gives you a bit of variation so you can kind of pick your favorite, and it just means there's going to be less waiting around. These are the images that I generated for each scene in my UGC video. On a couple of them, I had to go back to Nano Banana and kind of do some amendments because the girl looked way too red-faced. She just looked like she'd still been finishing her run, even though I just wanted her to be looking like she'd just come out of the shower. So really easy to edit within Freepik. You just basically press edit and you can click where you want the change to be made on the picture. And I just said remove redness, regenerated, and then I got this image here. Once you've got each of the images for each of your scenes in your video, you can then move on to the next step. Now, this is where we're going to be using AI to animate each of the images in our video that we've just made. And we're going to be doing that using Kling 3.0. Now, you can access Kling on Higgsfield or Freepik, but when I'm making these videos, I prefer just going straight to their website because it's way quicker. And to be honest, it's pretty reasonably priced. Kling is pretty good actually, without needing a huge detailed prompt in order to provide you like a decent output. So you can see here, I basically just uploaded one of my images and I just said like animate the girl. You can use ChatGPT to give you like a more detailed prompt, but in my experience, it's not really needed. You just need to include key things within your like prompt to Kling, like slight camera movement, natural body movement, and so on. It really doesn't need to be super detailed. And you can see here are some of the results. Now, the next step is to bring everything together into CapCut. So you're going to have your main clip that you got from Sora or Dance, and then after that, you're going to have your B-roll clips. And it's this part where a lot of people get stuck, because you probably realize that there's something missing, which is the voice. That first clip has got a voice, but the rest doesn't. And if you use a random AI voice generator or even your own, it's going to ruin everything because it's not going to match the person in that very first scene. So instead, here is the secret. You need to clone the voice from that very first clip. Super easy to do. You take the audio from that very first clip and you upload it into the ElevenLabs voice cloning tool. All ElevenLabs needs to be able to clone your voice is around 10 seconds of audio, which you've got from that very first video clip. So you upload it into the tool, you wait literally a minute, and then straight away, you're going to have your own custom voice that you can then use for the rest of your video.
I've been feeling so drained lately, like no energy, no focus.
So all you'll need to do is take your script from ChatGPT that it should have given you during the storyboard process, paste it into ElevenLabs, and then quite simply just generate the voice using the custom voice that you just made. made. Once you've done that, you're going to overlay it onto the B-roll parts of your video, and then you'll have what looks and sounds like a consistent person all the way through your video, and that is what makes it feel incredibly real. Now, there will be some final sprinkles that you can add to your video. It could be captions, slight speed adjustments, some filters, and so on. I'm not going to dive into that. That will be a separate video, but the one thing I will say is don't over engineer, don't over edit it. It needs to feel raw, authentic, and so on. And if you follow those steps that I've just run you through, it should do. And that is it. That is the full process from idea to a fully realistic AI UGC video that sounds like this.
Okay, I just ran 5 kilometers and I'm not even tired. Like, I should be dead right now. I've been drinking this Vivana thing every day for like a week. I swear it's the only thing that's changed.
Now, once you've gone through this workflow a few times, you're going to get really good at it. And that's going to mean that you're able to quickly create multiple variations, different hooks, different angles, and just do it for every single product that your brand has. All without filming anything, sending any samples out, and possibly relying on somebody that is going to let you down. And that is why this is such a big opportunity right now that every brand owner needs to learn and understand. Now, whether you're a new or existing brand owner, or you're just looking to become a brand owner, if you want to learn more about this type of content, how ecom works, how to build and scale a brand to the moon, then come and join us in Honest Brands. The link is in the description below. And if you found this video useful, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping a lot more content like it. That is it for this video. See you next time.